Hello internet! With the highly anticipated Hu Tao banner coming in a week, there are a lot of people that got less and less sane after doing daily commissions and logging out for the 13th day in a row. But rejoice! I'm here to make you even less sane because I'll be explaining to you how Hu Tao will absolutely dominate the upcoming update. And you'll find yourself rubbing your feet to the ground because you just can't wait any more. Hu Tao has been heralded as one of the best DPS, also one of the cutest characters, also potentially psychotic in the entire game. Apart from sometimes dying to a burning grass, she's incredibly strong with her ability to become a butterfly and constantly pierce through the enemy with a burning stick. miHoYo loves to make mobs based on a wall, which by that I mean they pretty much make everything tanky as fuck. And Hu Tao wiped them out like the fall of the Berlin Wall. Her playstyle has always been very risky, like investing in Dogecoin with your college funds, but you're always rewarded with the incredibly high damage output and a bonus reward of dying to the grass again, which is what investing in Dogecoin does not give you. As good as she may be, miHoYo did scare Hu Tao mains especially, or Hu Tao sips, especially with a very peculiar effect called corrosion. The newest island that is added into Genshin Impact introduced these Red Towns that are able to deal damage, ignoring any form of shields onto your characters. This sounded like a devastating slap onto Hu Tao's cheeks, but it turned out to be just another way trying to tickle his skin because the corrosion from these mobs don't really hurt that much at all. Hu Tao players can still use Hu Tao, but sometimes instead of dying to a grass, they just die. Although if you pair her with her best support there is, which is Xingqiu, you'll be able to very much increase your survivability while still turning these rift dogs into hot dogs. Yeah, I thought about that one. Or you can always just Bennett. I realized that a lot of Genshin Impact revolve around the concept of just Bennett. With that said, there is no reason that Hu Tao would struggle too much at all in the newer content. Although who knows what will happen in the future though. They might add some random, I don't know, skyfish or ground hot dogs that actually deals corrosion like Abyss. Anyways, that's just a small little thing to consider about. It doesn't really prove how Hu Tao would absolutely dominate, but what I have up next would actually explain how she will absolutely dominate. In order to understand that, we'll have to take a look at Child. Wait, no, I mean Toma. The reason why Hu Tao will basically dominate is heavily involved with this Tartaglia in disguise. Seriously, Lumin should just invite Tartaglia on a date. He's kind of interested anyway. While dressing Toma up with Tartaglia's clothes to infiltrate the Fatui. Don't you think this would move along with the story like a lot quicker? But anyways, Toma's skill has already been tested. Well, kidnapped and tested is the better phrase here to be real with you, but you get the point. Toma is expected to be a support character that provides a very important thing for Hu Tao, which is his undying love for... Wait, no, that's for Lumin. It's his shielding abilities. Usually a Hu Tao vaporized comp consists of Hu Tao, Xingqiu, and Zhongli. Zhongli is especially important because of his ability to not only decrease the enemy's elemental resistance, but he also provides a really fat shield for Hu Tao. As we all know, Hu Tao's playstyle causes her to stay on considerably low HP a lot of the times. The best complement to solve that issue is usually a shield, where the character that is protected by one will not have to take any damage at all. This allows Hu Tao to constantly be on low HP while dealing damage to the enemies, without dying to a random Hilichurl's bow shot. And hey, what do you know, it also stops her from dying to the grass again. With that in mind, it is very important to have a character that provides a shield for Hu Tao. And since Toma is also a shield character, he's absolutely perfect for Hu Tao as well. In terms of damage, bringing Toma also means that you'll get the Pyro Resonance buff, which increases your attack by 25%. Although Hu Tao has considerably low base attack because of her overwhelming high everything else, it is still a good damage boost. Not only that, people has also already tested Toma's ability to apply Pyro, which it turns out that he won't be stealing the vaporized reactions from Hu Tao too much because of how slow it actually is. This makes him the perfect guy to protect Hu Tao with, while maximizing the damage because he won't be really interfering with Hu Tao's combos. If you have a Toma at C6 as well, he actually increases the normal, charged, and plunging attacks of the entire party by 15% for 6 seconds, which is again absolutely perfect for Hu Tao because this damage increase would apply to her charge attack, which is her bread and butter. I would still say Zhongli is very much still better since his barrier is off the charts, while also being able to weaken or control the enemies with both his elemental skill and his petrifying ult. But hey, comparing Zhongli to anything is like going to McDonald's with a diet. McDonald's is too strong, guys. Your diet don't stand a chance. Moving on from that really weird analogy, Diona. I'd say she's pretty much Toma without the elemental resonance. Now I'm saying this just assuming that she's paired with Hu Tao. Her C6 will be good for a lot of other comps, but for a Hu Tao comp, it is not that great since it only gives her 200 elemental mastery when Hu Tao's HP is above 50%, which would mean Hu Tao does less damage since she'll do more damage as she has less HP. So yes, Toma would absolutely be great for people that does not have Zhongli. Just so happens Toma is in Hu Tao's banner, so you can try for Hu Tao while you get Toma too. That's great value. This would mean that Hu Tao will continue to dominate even in the newer content since we already found out that those hot dogs don't really corrode your HP as much, anywhere near as much as Abyss would. And that Toma, another shooter, would be there to protect Hu Tao while giving her considerable support. And also on the other side of the spectrum, there are people who tested stuff with Hu Tao a lot. And it's found that Shimanawa's Reminiscence set, which is a pretty recent addition to the game, actually does more damage than the Crimson Witch of Flame set overall when used correctly. I know, it's crazy. For those who don't know, 4-piece Shimanawa set deducts 15 energy from the wielder when the wielder uses an elemental skill. By doing so, it grants the wielder 50% more damage on normal, charged, and plunging attack for 10 seconds. The results of the damage tests look like this, which is a lot of numbers, but basically if you can consistently use your burst with Hu Tao on Shimanawa's set, she'll out-damage Crimson Witch set. Do note that these numbers are on reverse vaporize, so it's the maximum damage you would get, and if you thought that Crimson Witch of Flames would actually do more with the reactions than Shimanawa set, well, here you go. The math says that Shimanawa somehow does more. However, it does not come with no drawbacks though. The challenge with using this set will be having less chance to use Hu Tao's burst, which is a lot riskier because that is Hu Tao's only way of self-healing, though it yields higher overall damage. However, with the addition of Toma that can provide pyro-elemental particles for Hu Tao even though he's switched out, it is very possible for Hu Tao to still get enough energy to use her burst consistently. Then again, you should consider using the set of artifacts with the better substats, and of course main stats. I mean the correct main stat, you get the point. Unless you're chasing for absolute perfection. But yeah, Hu Tao and Toma is also in the same banner. And honestly, there are people that don't have Hu Tao, but I'd say even more people are gunning for a Constellation 1. Since Toma is on her banner too, it means more chances of getting both Toma and Hu Tao at once. Basically, pulling on Hu Tao banner is very high value and it is going to make you feel very horny. Since it is proven that Hu Tao actually does better with Shimanawa's set, I would say that it is pretty apparent that Hu Tao will continue to dominate the meta of Genshin Impact for quite a bit as one of the strongest hyper carry characters of the entire game. And that's all the reasons as to why Hu Tao would absolutely still dominate the game. There's basically no cons in trying to pull for a banner at all. Well, unless you get Chi-Chi again. But hey, you still potentially get Toma too, which is cool. I've put a bit more effort in this video and it's probably the style of content that I like, but I need to put a bit more effort with the edits, which is annoying sometimes. But yeah, you know, just weird commentary and potentially dumb memes. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. For the players that are gunning for Hu Tao, hold your Primogems well. We're almost there. Only one more week to go. And that's all. Take care.